A diplomatic row is brewing between France and another African nation, another former French colony. This time the fight is with Algeria. France is having a meltdown because Algeria is not toeing the line.
I would like to express my surprise, and I think that we have reached an extremely worrying threshold with Algeria. It is clear that Algeria is seeking to humiliate France.
That was the French Interior Minister talking about the recent row that has erupted. It has been dubbed the influencer row or the blogger scandal. France arrested multiple Algerian influencers over the last few weeks. Last Thursday, tried to deport one of them, a 59-year-old blogger who goes by the handle Duolem. Now, the blogger was arrested in Montpellier last Tuesday for posting an inflammatory video. He called for violence against an anti-Algerian government activist. So France arrested him and then put him on a plane to Algeria on Thursday. But when he arrived, Algerian authorities promptly sent him back. They just rejected the deportation. Algeria says it is because they were not notified. They also said that the blogger should defend himself in France. But France does not believe that argument. Paris feels this was an insult.
We cannot. France cannot tolerate this situation. And I think that, while keeping our cool, but our determination to defend our interests, we must now assess all the means available to us. And I mean all the means available to us with regard to Algeria.
Paris is reportedly planning a drastic retaliation. It is planning to scrap a travel agreement. This deal allowed Algerian diplomats to visit France without a visa. France says scrapping it would be, and I'm quoting, the smartest, most effective and quickest thing to do. If it happens, it would mark a new low, another milestone in the ongoing spat between the two nations. Like most African troubles, France brought this upon itself. It may sound harsh, but take a look for yourself. France and Algeria have always had tense relations. Algeria won its freedom in 1962 after a 7-year war of independence. Algerian accounts say more than 1 million people died. French numbers are more conservative, of course, no surprise there. Anyway, post-colonial ties were tense, but Algeria expected France to stick up for it on the international stage. It was the least that Paris could do, and it did for a while. But last year, President Emmanuel Macron abandoned Algeria. He chose to side with Morocco in a territorial dispute over the Western Sahara region. This infuriated Algeria. The country recalled its ambassador from France, and things have been going downhill since. In November, Algeria arrested a writer, a French-Algerian dual national. He was arrested for making controversial statements about Algeria's territory. Now, this man is 75 years old. He's currently in hospital. Paris has been trying to secure his release. This is a delicate situation, requiring subtlety and tact. Instead, France has Macron.
I have a special thought for a freedom fighter, writer and Franco-Algerian, Boualem Sansal. He is being held totally arbitrarily by the Algerian authorities. Algeria, which we love so much and with which we share so many children and so many stories, has become involved in a dishonorable affair by preventing a seriously ill man from receiving treatment. And this is not worthy of what she is. And we who love the Algerian people and their history urge their government to release Boualem Sansal.
Last week, Macron said Algeria was dishonoring itself for arresting the old writer, and Macron chose to say this in the most patronizing way possible. As you can imagine, Algiers was not happy. They lashed out, calling it unacceptable and blatant interference. Algeria hit back last Tuesday, the same day that the Algerian blogger was arrested. Quite the coincidence. By the looks of it, France is lashing out, deporting Algerian pro-government bloggers to make a point. So far, 4 have been arrested for violent rhetoric, and that is fair. They all said violent things, tantamount to hate speech. But why can't France sentence them at home? Why make a show of deporting them? It seems like Paris was trying to make a power move, but the move backfired. This is just the latest example of Macron's failing Africa policy.
From breaking news to the day's biggest controversies, shedding light on the world's top headlines. Detailed analysis on the stories that matter the most to you. Catch it all on Spotlight at 6 p.m. India time and 12:30 GMT, only on Firstpost.